A few news stories tonight. Nothing is super depressing. Again, we'll go ahead and send out our heartfelt wishes for a safe evening for those who are in the path of Milton, but also many who are still struggling from the aftermath of Helene. We have lots of colleagues. Obviously, I practice in North Carolina, so I have lots of friends that are out that way and lots of neighbors, et cetera, family members who live out that way as well. So providing support where we can. We'll continue to provide you updates where there's opportunities. I think right now the infrastructure has to get reestablished in order to even be able to go up and do a whole lot more from a dental perspective, but things are evolving on a daily basis, so we'll keep you posted. So there was a gentleman, I do a lot of jokes about the veneer techs. Maybe they're an easy target. I don't know. Maybe I'm just jealous that they get so many patients who want to pay them just a couple grand for some new nice teeth. And their cost of dental education was significantly less. Maybe it's all jealousy, but one did finally get arrested this week in Atlanta. And the darndest thing about this that I don't think I ever really put together was that his office looked like a dental office. It had dental equipment. He had all the advertising for veneer services, for cosmetic services. I checked out his Instagram. It doesn't say the word dentist, but everything about the page would make you think that he is a dentist. He offered education to teach you how to do your own veneers, and then he was doing veneers in his Atlanta-based office. He was arrested this week for practicing without a license. Maybe this is a warning shot to the other veneer techs, though I was reading another story where someone just got arrested for the second time in 6 months for going back and practicing dentistry illegally. So it seems to be an up and coming marketplace in the US economy. So probably more to come on that particular topic. There's been a lot of heated debate in our dental community. There was an article that was published last week about fluoride. It was from one of our own colleagues and it spurred a ton of debate. But there is a lot happening in the world of fluoride separate from that particular article, which I think we should take note of. We're coming off the heels of a lot of uptick in activity of municipalities relooking at their fluoridation programs to decide if they should continue with that program or not. And then we had the California federal judge say that he was unable to make a decision on whether or not it was ethical to provide fluoride in the municipal water supply. So he has deferred his decision back to the EPA, requesting that the EPA now take this up as an opportunity to relook at the fluoridation program to see if it's still in the best interest of the public health. And another article came out this week in a more scientific journal looking at some of the different studies that have been done in more recent times relating to the benefits within a population and the fluoridation programs. This was published in the Cochrane database of systematic reviews. What they noted was that some of the original studies that came out about the municipal water programs pre 1975, where there was not so much fluoride present in our general population. So you weren't getting trickle down effect through all the different drinks and stuff that you purchase over the counter. The rinses that were available, almost all toothpaste now, unless you specifically seek it out, have fluoride in it. We're receiving fluoride in our dental offices, et cetera. So the uptick of fluoride ingestion and exposure has gone up pretty significantly. So the upticks that they saw in fluoridating the water supply pre-1975 and around that time period seemed more significant in the review of literature versus after 1975, where they saw sort of a leveling off benefit. So I think I don't have a strong opinion one way or the other yet, but I do think this is a very evolving area of our practice. And I wonder if fluoride will be the way of amalgam, where this will be the way we used to do things, but it's no longer part of the municipal programs anymore because the general population now is finding exposure in other ways. I don't know. I don't know where this will go. I think it'll take a decade or more for it to actually take hold if this is the way of the EPA to determine that we no longer need to pay for these programs. I can tell you this. When I went to dental school, I thought for sure as I was coming through dental school that I would see a decrease in dental decay in our population. And I'm not really seeing that at all. I definitely see teens coming through, probably more percentage that don't need treatment versus do. But the persistence of childhood carries, the persistence of adulthood carries for those who are afflicted with the disease doesn't seem to be moving the needle with or without fluoride. So I think it continues to at least warrant the discussion. Have we really identified and understand the etiology of this bacterial disease? And how can we help support our patients hopefully achieve a healthier life? And I don't have all the answers for that for sure. One last little story to share with you for this evening. We've got an IV shortage. So if you are an office that's performing a lot of sedations, implant surgeries, big surgeries, etc., I just wanted to make sure that you were aware that Hurricane Helene hit one of the largest IV suppliers here in the U.S. They're actually based in my home state, Marion, North Carolina. It's the Baxter International Factory. They make 60% of the IV solutions here for the U.S. Their facility has been shut down indefinitely due to infrastructure damage from Helene. No reopen date has been published. Now, they are reaching out to their international suppliers to see if they can redirect supplies back into the U.S. to help offset that. The current words of wisdom are that we should be judicious in our use and not be wasteful when we are using it for surgeries if we can control the flow. And maybe there are certain cases in which it might not be necessary. And do understand that you may have a delay in getting access, so it may impact how you schedule your surgeries in the next coming weeks. Be mindful and watch for those supplies. And I guess what I really should say is try not to hoard too much of it from your other colleagues. If we could all just have enough to get by, then hopefully we can get through this little bit of a bump. And with that, that's the news.